Hello, welcome to GSZN405 Strategic Management. My name is Marc Jones, and in this video I want to talk to you about the assessment for this unit. The assessment comes in two pieces. The first piece is a team-based piece. The second piece is an individual piece. So in this video, I'm going to focus on the team assessment. But I want to really kind of step back a bit and just talk about the purpose of the overall assessment structure. And it's really a couple things. It's really trying to get you to engage in three or four different ways. To engage with the tools that we're going to learn, call it a toolkit, which is a combination of concepts, techniques, and frameworks or models. So to engage with the tools, to engage with the people in your team and the broader class colleagues in conversation, in open conversation in class, to engage with the QUT, call it the learning environment, which includes the Blackboard system. It includes the structure of the way that we do assessment here, the way to submit, the way to understand the feedback that's coming back at you, and so on. So it's really the purpose of these assessments is to engage you across these different domains. Focusing on the group assessment. It comes in three different pieces of 500 words each. The first piece is focusing on an analysis of the external environment using a specific tool, which we'll be going into detail in class in advance and also in the written description of the assignment. But it's looking outside at the environment to understand what are some of the drivers in the industry, what are some of the key trends that are going to make the environment more or less attractive as a source of emerging opportunities, threats, and so on. The second assignment, team-based assignment, is going to be looking at companies' positioning in that environment, playing across all the spaces of a market, focusing on the low end, focusing on the high-end premium segment, and so on. And even more importantly and specifically, its differentiation, its way of winning, its unique value proposition, and if it's effective at separating it, distinguishing it from its competitors in the market so that it can attract and retain what we will call Tier 1 customers. The third piece of assessment is really looking inside and using the language of resources, capabilities, competitive advantage to try to understand, well, what are the muscles in an organization that we really need to leverage in terms of assets, the things we have, in terms of capabilities, the things that we do with those assets in order to deliver on these winning value propositions that differentiate us from the pack. So each one of those is looking at a distinct aspect of the environment, external, internal positioning. These assignments will be due over weeks 2, 3, and 4, and we will have a process of iterative feedback where you will submit the assignment, and before the next assignment is due, there will be feedback coming in to inform you of what you did really well, what you could have done better, maybe some things that you missed and might think about to fold in to that next assignment. So the assignments will be due weeks 2, 3, and 4. Before the next submission of the assignments, you will have an opportunity to get some written feedback on what you've done in order to improve and take the learnings forward. Again, these submissions are 500 words each, so it's not about length, it's about really making those 500 words count as much as possible in terms of really focusing on the core value add and having effective dialogue and conversation in your team so that everybody's on the bus in agreeing that this is what the bestest 500 words can be. The other point to make is that in terms of the team-based assessment, there is a peer evaluation component in which you will get the opportunity to assess your group or team colleagues on their performance and contribution to the conversation and to the final deliverable output. There will be more that will be made available in terms of understanding the nature of this peer assessment in another video. But just to flag it for now, there is that component to take into mind to ensure that everybody basically comes to the party and we don't have any free riders. And this is much like in the real world. So to recap, you have two different bits of assessment. Team-based individual. I've just talked about the team-based, which is broken into 3 elements of 500 words each. Looking at the external environment for opportunities, threats, what makes that industry tick. Looking at a particular company in terms of where is it in the market, where is it playing, and how is it trying to win, and then looking internally at that organization in terms of what muscles is it trying to access and leverage to enable it to win where it wants to play. So hopefully that's clear, and this should be, the suite of these 3 assignments should get you off and running to develop the language of strategy and the practice of strategy. Thank you.